Oh, I'm speaking on behalf of well, not really, but Deutsche Bank. Oh, hang me up and string me the way you're talking. Oh, how am I supposed to sound? I'm a New Yorker. Zero Hedge. As its stock crashes to all-time low, a shocked Deutsche Bank issues a statement. But wait, I want to read you something from the White Dove Report. This is what it sounds like in White Dove's mind. Come on, scroll down. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Keep those puppies scrolling. Keep going. Cryptos, yeah, Bitcoin, Deutsche Bank, crypto, Facebook, cryptos and taxes. Come on, I know it's down here somewhere. Tesla, Deutsche Bank. There it is. I predict that Deutsche Bank is going under, and they will let go more and more employees. I would advise people to move your money out of Deutsche Bank, said Michelle White Dove a while back. And then 10,000 employees were being fired, days ago, or more like a week ago, which is way after her report, of course. Not that we necessarily needed her psychic report to tell us about Deutsche Bank. To be fair, I've done my fair share of videos on Deutsche Bank. Walking effing dead man was Deutsche Bank. And pretty much all my videos about it. Webbots, of course, talked about it. And speaking of Webbot, talked about the Italian banking crisis. Does anybody pay attention to Italy right now? And we're about to have Brexit Part 2. Except they're calling it, Italy quit or Quiddly or something. Back in September 2016, when its stock was imploding over capitalization and solvency concerns, the market was transfixed with the daily drop in Deutsche Bank stock price, which tumbled, eventually sliding below 10 euros. And only implicit promises that Germany would bail it out prompted a slow, if painful, reversal. And yet, at no point in that period did the stock close at a level below where it closed today. A new all-time low, crashing 7.2% down to $9.16. Following reports that the bank was on the Fed's secret probation list. Secret probation. Secret, I got a secret. Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Deutsche. Hold on, got a cough. Come on, pause. Pause, damn you, pause. However, the one saving grace is that unlike 2016 or 2008 for that matter, Deutsche Bank did not feel it needed to make an official statement addressing the recent stock crash. Because as traders know all too well, the one thing that assures a banking crisis is imminent is for a bank to promise, plead, and vow that there's no reason to be worried as there's no crisis imminent. But only worse is never starting a land war in Asia. I think that's how it goes. The Princess Bride. Someone was asking in the Telegram group the other day, it's a good night to watch a movie. And I don't think I saw anybody say, hey, you should watch Princess Bride. The Princess Bride, or A Princess Bride, whatever it's called. That was a great movie. Also, Men in Tights was on the other night. Another good movie. Now, where was I? But not anymore, because shortly after 8 p.m. local Frankfurt time, Deutsche Bank's new CEO, the old one, what was his name, John Cryan? He was crying when he met you. Now he's crying when he left you. Golden parachute out the door. Now we've got a new CEO. Deutsche Bank's new CEO experiencing a bizarre case of dreadful deja vu as his stock crashed to new all-time lows, decided to validate everyone's worst fears by issuing a report addressing the media reports about the regulatory ratings of our U.S. entities. And which, after prefacing that, we do not comment on any supervisory ratings, as our communication with the regulators is confidential. Goes on to comment extensively on the bank's supervisory ratings. And while the report said many things, many of which were superfluous, here are the key highlights of note. The ultimate parent of the Deutsche Bank Group, Deutsche Bank AG, is very well capitalized and has significant liquidity reserves. Deutsche Bank has been engaged in remediation work to strengthen our internal control environment and infrastructure and to address concerns that have been identified both internally and by our regulators. There are no concerns with regard to the financial stability of Deutsche Bank AG. We are highly focused on addressing the issues with our U.S. operations and will continue working diligently to solve them. All of our U.S. subsidiaries have very robust balance sheets, as disclosed in our quarterly regulatory filings. The assets of the 3 entities concerned are below 10% of the overall balance sheet of Deutsche Bank. Well, you know what these banks like to do, though, with the balance sheet? Cook the effing books. Little accounting rules, they can move stuff off. Okay, our books look great. Move it back on. They don't look so great. Oh, they're coming to take a look again. Move them back off. Our books look great. Put them back on. Not so great. You do that, you're effing in prison. Are we committed to our U.S. business? The answer is clearly yes. As Christian Suing said at a public reception on Wednesday in Berlin, the U.S. is the most important market for Deutsche Bank outside of Germany. And Zero Hedge continues on and says, we don't doubt at all that Deutsche Bank is committed to its U.S. business. The question is whether the U.S. and the Federal Reserve are committed to having Deutsche Bank on U.S. soil. After all, with legacy banking revenues and margins declining year after year, and with the banking sector clearly oversupplied in terms of trading floors and traditional iBanking services, the one thing that can help the rest of America's banks is if something happened to Deutsche. Think ritual sacrifice. Think Lehman Brothers, only less dire for now. Which is why don't be surprised if tomorrow the statement's impact on Deutsche Bank stock is precisely the opposite of what Christian Suing had intended. Below is Deutsche Bank's full statement, yep, which we don't really need to see because I kind of gave you the short order cook version, and that's all you need to know anyways. Why? Because you just need the news, baby. Realist news. Nothing super exciting happening in the crypto market, although I'm liking what I'm seeing with Theta. Snippy will be focusing on some other interesting things, like the news again. Step 4, make news great again. Or make realist news great again. All I cover is what is needed to be covered at the time. Again, if I gotta choose of reading stuff like this to you, or hey, I got some great news for cryptos, or one particular, hey, you want to know about this? Which would you really want to know about? Because this news doesn't help your pocketbook get bigger. But the other news might. Strong possibility. Whether you got to be patient for it or not. Strong possibility it's going to fatten your the wallet you got with all your cash in it, so to speak. So that's why I, prefer to talk about crypto and things like that when the opportunity arises. It's exciting. It's new technology. It's cool. It's going to make us, hopefully all of us, a nice chunk of change. But I do have to focus on some news every now and then too. And right now is a great time. Take care.